Hey everybody, welcome to our first show. It's going to be a good one. My special guest veteran chef today is Mark Dunn. Served his country in the United States Navy as a Seabee. Anchors away. Today, Mark brought along a little bit of chicken. He brought along a little bit of shrimp. I can't wait. It's all coming up right here on the Mess Hall, brought to you by our friends at the Proprietors Lodge of Pittsfield, Massachusetts. Hey, it's a great pleasure today to welcome Mark Dunn from Soldier On, United States Navy veteran, here to our program. Mark, thanks for being with us today.
Thanks for having me, Wayne. Don't forget your gloves.
That's right. Safety is a very, very, very important part of our program here. All right, in the immortal words of Marvin Gaye, let's get it on.
Today's dish is a chicken fiesta made over white rice. It's in a wine sauce. I'm just going to have you start cutting up some peppers and onions when I get the chicken broth heated up. A little bit of oil in this pan. I'm going to have you start chopping some of the red pepper, just about half of it.
Okay.
And it could be a rough cut.
It's the only kind I know how to. Our food today comes from us courtesy of our friends at Performance Food Service of Springfield, Mass. Okay, how's that? Is that pretty good?
Yeah, cut it in chunks.
Cut it in chunks,
yeah,
okay.
Rough chunk.
Rough chunks, all right. Now, how long have you been cooking?
For about 26 years.
Wow. Seasoned veteran, is that good?
Yeah, that's good. Throw that in. And then we're going to have you cut
right
up.
Here?
Yep, throw it right in here.
Right. And that's gotta be...
Yeah, you're just going to want to melt them a little bit. You don't want to saute them. You don't want to brown them. Same with the onion. So we'll start with a little, cut a quarter of that onion.
Okay.
Same thing, rough cut. You just want to kind of melt them down.
All right.
Yeah, there's a trick to that. Just cut it in half the next time.
Okay, all right.
It makes it easier.
So it's a learning experience for me all the time here. All right.
That way you can just pull the peel right off and
Okay.
then we'll cut your hand off.
Okay, all right. All right, so any way that we...
Chunk. It's just about the same size
Same
as
thing?
those. Yeah,
Okay.
same thing. Cut it in fours. That'll be fine. Yeah, there you go. That's perfect.
All right.
Here, just throw that in. Now we're going to add a little garlic. I think I got the garlic over here.
Got the garlic over there. All
A
right.
little bit of garlic.
And just like a
pinch,
Like a
about
boom.
one club.
Okay. And you don't have to put
No, you
anything
don't.
on it? Okay.
Just got to keep an eye on it. You don't want it to brown.
All right.
You just want to sweat the peppers and onions.
Okay. Is this an old family recipe? Or?
I came up with this one about 20 years ago.
Wow.
I worked at a Mexican restaurant for most of the time, 26 years at one restaurant. So
Does it have a little bite to it? Or
it's going to have a little bite. We're going to add a little extra to this one.
Okay.
Now we got some jalapenos down there, diced jalapenos.
Right here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Since it's a small dish, I'd say probably a good half a jalapeno.
And for the chicken that you use in this, Mark, is it boneless? Or
It's boneless chicken breast. You can use anything.
Okay.
I mean, really, you can use dark meat. I mean, you can shrimp. You can even put sirloin in this, and it comes out pretty good.
Nice.
But the chicken and shrimp seem to work well together.
That smells good,
Yeah.
too. Any special oil or no? Just regular?
Just regular either vegetable oil or virgin olive oil. Like I said, you just sweat those down. Wait, I got the chicken broth coming to a steam now.
Now, you're a Seabee. Did they have any type of fight song? I mean, I know all the five
Yeah, we did,
branches.
but I swear I couldn't remember it today.
That's
I'll have to watch the movie John Wayne and the Fighting Seabee.
That's exactly.
You know what? That's
Great film. Yeah. But they do. I'll have to learn that. And you do a lot of cooking at Soldier On now?
yes. We cook all the meals for our primary housing or
Yep.
long-term housing.
Well, that's how we met at the Soldier On in
Soldier On.
Agawam. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do about 300 meals plus a day.
Wow.
We also do some small schools.
Oh, that's fabulous, huh? Yeah. And is that breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or just?
Just dinner. Just dinner.
Jeez. It looks like you're covering everything. Make sure everything
Yeah,
gets done in oil.
Yeah. You want them to be almost the onions to be see-through almost
Okay.
to the point, but you don't want them brown. You want them soft.
And what does the garlic add here? What is it?
Just gives a little zing,
little
along
zing.
with the jalapenos.
Okay.
We're gonna add some wine to this. This is any white wine will do.
Nice.
About a cup of that. You don't want the alcohol in it. You just want to burn it all off.
Right. Well, if you burn it all off, what's the sense
It's
of?
just the flavoring from the wine. There'll be no alcohol in the dish.
Okay.
So you can't feed this to a child.
Okay. Yeah. Right.
Yeah, you don't want. you don't get it all out of there. It should only take a few minutes.
It's great today with the hot plates, huh? Everything we have today is coming up on the hot plates here at the Proprietor's Lodge. It's a full-service restaurant, folks, I mean.
When this comes to a boil, we'll add this to that.
Okay.
Let that simmer for a while.
And this is a dish that you have to pay attention to. You just can't, be on the phone.
You gotta like I said, otherwise you're gonna brown them.
Yeah.
I mean, if you leave it for, like I said, if you stop turning them, they'll start turning brown.
Okay.
So you kind of just want to, well, they start getting a little soft, because this is going to help cook them too. So just carefully pour it into here. We're just going to want to.
Now let's go to Christy with our fun food facts, brought to you by our great friends at Soldier On.
Thanks, Wayno. Our fun food fact today is brought to you by our friends at Soldier On. Check this out. During World War I, scientists learned the art of emulsifying salts with cheese, basically creating dehydrated, preservable cheese dust. Kraft Foods sold this product to the Army, which used it on just about everything. Pasta, potatoes, even sandwiches. Fast forward to 1948 when Frito-Lay began spraying cheese dust on puffed corn, and voila, Cheetos were born. And that is our fun food fact for today.
Is the base, if you will, is this creamy or is
It'll be, there is a thickening. It will thicken up. We'll add a little roux to it.
Okay.
There's other ways you can do it. I kind of forgot the Wondra. Wondra is a great, for this.
Yeah.
Instead of using a roux, because it's a nice fine flour.
Yeah, how do you make your roux with what?
This one's made with just butter and flour.
Okay.
But you can get, if you had the Wondra, you wouldn't even need the butter. You could just pour that in there and it would thicken it right up within seconds.
I'm looking at the shrimp. I don't want to get ahead of us here, but you are they like seasoned? They look like they're
slightly seasoned. Yeah.
Okay. What do you season them with?
Just salt and pepper. That's all you need on that.
Okay.
Just a pinch of salt and pepper.
You can smell the wine in it.
Yeah.
You don't use any measuring cups, do you? You just
pinch
of this, pinch of that.
Pinch of that. Just go by taste.
The old school, right?
Yeah.
Pinch of this, pinch of that.
And I got some crushed red pepper here.
Right here.
Thank you very much, sir.
Well, okay, so a pinch.
That'll
and you just go around like this, or doesn't matter, right?
Doesn't matter. Just gonna get stirred in.
And this is going to give us a little bit of
the bite.
The bite to it.
The jalapenos we added and the crushed red pepper.
All right.
We're gonna add some corn for color. Probably a half a cup of corn.
Okay, and the corn just, like you said, for color, right?
Color, yeah. It helps thicken it too.
Okay.
Because it starts in the corn. And I'm gonna have you cut up that head of broccoli there.
Okay.
Something to do.
Right here?
Just break it into stems like you see over there.
Okay. What made you first get into cooking?
I'll tell you what, when I first got out of the military, I planned on joining the union, Carpenters Union, but when I got out, there was no work around here. And a buddy of mine called me up like 2 weeks after I got home, knowing I worked for Friendly's when I was a kid.
Yeah.
I was a cook there. So they asked me to come in and work for them. I said, oh, what the hell, I had nothing better to do anyways, besides school, so.
So you go from Friendly's to working at a Mexican restaurant? I mean,
yeah.
little...
Yeah, they just called me out and they were short a guy, and then I was there for 26 years.
Wow.
Now we're going to add that.
All of it?
All of it, yeah. Put it all in
It's
there.
a big handful here.
Yeah.
All righty. Love broccoli.
Yeah, I'll broccoli myself.
Broccoli is good for you.
Good color, too.
Yeah.
Good color to the dish.
Yeah, you know what? That does give the dish a nice color.
You really don't want to overcook those, because you know how mushy broccoli is. It's
Right. Yeah, I like it nice and crisp.
I like a little snap still on it.
Yeah. Ooh, yeah, a lot of chicken in there. And you don't do anything to the chicken, right? Just
a little bit of salt. Yeah, just
okay,
a little bit of salt. Not much, because you got all the salt and the wine.
And you pre-cook it, and you want it to be, well, obviously it's cooked, but
yeah, it's cooked.
But you want it to be so you don't overcook it,
yeah,
right?
you don't want to. Yeah, you can leave it a little raw, actually.
Okay.
You know, it doesn't have to be, because this is going to get it up real quick. And add your shrimp.
Now, if you were to cover this, would you lose everything?
No, you would. It'll thicken up a little quicker, but like I said, I don't like my broccoli, because if you forget about it,
Yeah.
the broccoli's going to turn to mush on you.
Okay.
The rest of the vegetables will be all right, but broccoli, you can turn it in 3 minutes.
Okay.
Broccoli.
And the key to this is you got to keep stirring it.
Keep stirring
Right.
it, keep it moving.
And you keep it on, what's the temp?
I got it on 350 right now.
Okay, 350.
Trying to get your roux in there and get it to mix.
Okay.
This is the hardest
That's
part.
the little stuff over there.
Yeah. You don't want to stack everything up, so you can just get a little bit of the sauce opened up.
Yep.
Because this is...
Wow, it was hard, right?
Yeah, we let it get cold.
Okay.
That's all right. It'll melt down.
It'll
It's got a
melt?
lot. Yeah, it's got a lot of butter in it. So
Okay.
see how it's already thickening it just
yeah.
a little bit.
And do you use the whole thing, or do you just?
Well, I eyeball it.
Okay.
See how much I need.
Yeah.
You want it nice and like a gravy.
What time's your day start at Soldier On?
I'm usually in by 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, wow. And you cook all day? You cook the 3 meals?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we cook. I got Jason helps me out, and I got another guy in the kitchen, Milton.
Okay. Well, I had a chance, as you know, to go down there and check out the facility, and it's absolutely fabulous. Fabulous. Wow, that smells really good, and that looks really good, too. Mm. What's your favorite part at Soldier On? What's your favorite part? Do you obviously enjoy the cooking.
Yeah,
but-
I've always liked cooking.
Yeah.
Even when I was a kid, I loved cooking. A lot of the guys, you gotta love the guys down
Yeah.
there. Oh, they're all good guys, man. You don't have a problem with anybody down there.
Yeah, no, I tell you.
It's a nice neighborhood. It's an awesome, kind of almost like condo living for crying out loud.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Didn't it used to be an old police barracks, right?
Old police barracks, a whole juvie school too, juvenile hall.
Did it really?
Yeah, way back in the day.
And I love you get a beautiful place where you get a monument there, and then it's a nice place outside. where
memorial,
guys,
yeah.
Memorial guys could go and
yep.
hang out for a little peace and quiet, and yeah, it's really good.
All right, and that's done.
And this dish takes basically how long?
Really, if you got the chicken broth, it's probably a 20-minute. You saw it, 20-minute dish.
20-minute dish,
20,
wow.
20-minute dish, and basically you just simple.
And you let it sit?
You can
or
let it
just-
sit.
Yep.
We got to get the white rice. We got to fry up some white rice. It goes over white rice
Okay.
in a bowl. Jasmine rice,
Okay.
salt and butter.
Okay.
Split it in half. About 2 cups per.
And the rice isn't crunchy now. The rice is,
Yeah, it's a steam.
What they call it,
steamed
al
rice.
dente,
Yeah,
right?
Al dente,
Yeah, okay.
yep. And you just want to bring this over. Heaping scoops.
This is called plating, am I
Plating,
correct?
correct.
And now you put the roux in, right?
Yeah, the roux's already in. That's
Yeah.
what thickens up the gravy.
But I mean, you put it in the dish, right?
Yeah.
Because I was going to ask you, how would you eat this? Would you eat it with a fork, or would you eat it with a spoon?
You can eat it either way.
Either way,
Because
okay.
the chicken's really tender.
This is 26 years of cooking?
26 years.
26 years of cooking right here, folks.
You
This
just pour
wow.
some of the gravy over the top.
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Emerald does bam, I do boom.
Boom.
There you go.
All right, and then I just add a little white cheese. You don't have to have cheese on it.
Okay.
A little cheddar cheese.
Yep.
And then a little bit of scallions, fresh scallions. A little top. There you go. And it's ready to eat.
Look at that. Wow. Man, let's dig in.
Sounds good.
Now let's check in with Christy for our Tito's Handmade Vodka drink of the day.
Thanks, Wayno. Our segment today is sponsored by our good friends at Tito's Handmade Vodka. We're going to be mixing up a delicious cocktail, so grab your shaker and let's get started. This is our Tito's Greyhound. Add ice, add 1.5 ounces of Tito's Handmade Vodka into a highball glass, top with grapefruit juice. Garnish with a lime wheel, and voila, there is your Tito's Greyhound.
Thank you so much
you're welcome.
for preparing this. It looks fabulous. Before we begin our interview, I got to just try some of this, man. This looks like absolutely, positively unbelievable. Wow. Oh, man. Chicken's done perfectly. I get a little bit of the roux. It's not too spicy, though.
Nope.
Very, very, very good. All right, where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Springfield, Mass.
Okay, you went to Cathedral,
Cathedral High School.
and then you wanted to enlist.
Yeah, my junior year. At the time, like I said, I wasn't a great student. I figured the military would be a good way to get a good start on life.
And
Plus, I had a few uncles and my grandfather were all in the Navy, too.
so you go into the Navy. Remember where you went to basic?
Orlando.
Really? What was that like for you? How old are you now? You're
51.
no, I mean, how old are you when you enlist?
When I enlisted, like I said, I enlisted a year before I went in. Junior year, I enlisted.
Okay.
I didn't go until I was 17 and a half, I think. I was in a little early because I
Okay.
graduated early.
So you go in early and you go to, what was basic like for you? 17 years old?
Actually, it wasn't that bad. I got big older brothers. It's just as bad.
Really?
They're just as bad, as some of the drill sergeants. It wasn't like, the Navy was a pretty easy boot camp, I think. I mean, we got cycled all the time, but it wasn't that hard.
Some of the things that stick out in your Navy.
The friends
Basic.
I made. Basic? Oh, basic? Really, it was all the schooling. You'd think it'd be more physical, but with the Navy, it's a lot of schooling.
Right.
You didn't do a lot of running. You didn't do a lot of marching. You were going to classes every day.
Real emphasis on education.
Education, the rules of the Navy, hours and hours. For 9 weeks, like I said, we may work out maybe 2 hours a day. The rest of the time, you're in a class.
Now, you went into the Seabees.
I went into the Seabees. That was another school after that. That was another 12-week school, intense training.
And what did the intense training, what did it?
Oh, it was all carpentry work. I was a builder. There's 5 different Seabees rates. You got your EOs, your equipment operators, your engineers, and your electricians, and obviously the builders.
Yeah, I would say my grandfather, World War II, Seabee, one of the unsung branches of our military. Phenomenal.
Yeah.
You guys did a lot of stuff behind the scenes and didn't get a lot of credit.
Yeah, there's not too many movies. There's only one movie made about us. So.
That's right. We were talking about that earlier. It was with John Wayne.
Wayne.
Yeah, one of my favorite actors. Can you give us some memorable experience in your CB? Now, you were in from 88 to
92.
92.
Well, we went over to Iraq, which probably, we were there for 7 months in the desert, and to actually see a sandstorm, I think, was come up on you and get stuck in a sandstorm was a pretty crazy thing to remember.
What's the feeling? I mean, you're
Just holding onto your tent poles and hoping they don't cave in on you, because that's the only way you can protect yourself. Everybody grabbed the tent pole and the big tents and just held on.
you're going overseas. You know you're going to be deployed. What's your mindset like?
Nervous. You're definitely nervous. You don't know what to expect. You never, it's been a while since we've been in a war. I was young. You're a little nervous. Definitely nervous.
What were the holidays like for you? I mean, you're deployed and...
Yeah, we were deployed during Christmas and Thanksgiving in 90 in the first Gulf War. It's, depressing. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not. We had a good time. I mean, we had a good meal. I mean, they treated us right. One decent meal was on Thanksgiving. We had a somewhat decent Christmas meal, canned ham and canned turkey. It was good. It was good.
But what did you do? I mean, is it just the same every day? Veterans that I talk to about the holidays when they're deployed, it's just like any other day.
Yeah, it's basically just like any other day. There's not much you could do. There's no Christmas trees. There's no Christmas lights. There's just, a halfway decent dinner. And you just, either play cards or you're stand and watch.
Any entertainment that you had over there?
Not over there. Not where we were, at least. There was a USL, but we didn't get to go to that. I mean, we were a little too far off. We were up in Kurdistan, up with the Kurds.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we were the furthest unit to go in the north. We were only 100 miles from Baghdad, I think, at the time. And that's where we spent 7 months.
Now here's a very special segment on the mess hall. Let's check in now with Mail Call.
Hi, this is former NHL player and 1984 U.S. Olympian David Jensen. I wanted to personally thank Mark Dunn, U.S. Navy veteran, for his service to our great country as a CB. Thanks, Mark. Really appreciate your service.
Any big projects that you worked on that stick out in your mind? Go ahead, please.
We had a big job in Guam.
That's right. No, don't talk with your mouth full. That's right. It's an old lesson we learned.
We built a fleet hospital, which was huge. It's just a big PEB, but it was the biggest building in Guam.
Did you get a lot of guys coming that were wounded warriors, men and women that were
This was before the war even started. This
Okay.
was my first year. This was like I want to say mid 88, 89, going into 89. The war didn't start, so we didn't get a lot of that. We were still building it at that point. It took 7 years to build. I mean, so at the time, it was the world's biggest PEB, which is a pre-engineered building.
Yeah.
So That was a fun job. We had a lot of good times there. Loved the island.
Did you have a mentor when you were in service? Anybody that kind of took you under their wing?
Yeah, Petty Officer Sunderland. He was a pretty good guy. One guy to work for. He was our job soup, and he was a good guy to work for. He took care of you. He was a real nice guy. I mean, he wasn't hard-nosed. You know, he told you what you were supposed to do. Told you to keep on, don't go out drinking every night. Make sure you're at work on time. Make sure you muster every morning at the time. But he really never gave you a hard time. He just kept an eye out for you. If you were screwing up, he'd let you know.
Did you have a chance to mentor anybody when you were in there? Or?
No, not really, because by the time I was only a E4 when I got out, because CBs are very high, overrated or overmanned. It's one of the hardest ones to go up in rank. Because it's at the point when I had to wait that extra. I'm glad I signed up a year before, because otherwise I would have had to wait a year even to go to boot camp. So I would have been almost 19 when I went in instead of 17 and a half. Because it took a year for me to get my classes lined up. They were so overmanned. So it was kind of tough. In the CBs, if you want to go up in rank, it's tough. And you don't get the big bonuses like some of the other guys do. The submariners, we wouldn't get any bonus. Re-sign bonus, you just re-signed because they were so manned. They didn't have to because everybody wanted it.
What was your forte, if you will? Were you a finish guy?
We did everything. We were trained in everything. Concrete, finishing, masonry, framework, roofing, painting. You had a class for it all. Anything that had to do with carpentry, you did it. Finish work, we did all that.
So you could basically come in, be put on an island or be put somewhere, and you could build something from top to bottom?
Yes, minus electrical or plumbing, because we had plumbing rates and we had electrician's rates. So they took care of that. The builders took care of all the heavy hard work. Any
mission that you had that really sticks out in your mind in the 4 years that you served?
We just did a lot of building. Like I said, the mission in Iraq was pretty nice because we were there for the refugees moving up, coming out of Iraq, the Kurds and all that.
Yeah.
So we took care of them. Meeting with all the kids over there that are in the refugee camps was kind of fun. They were real good kids.
Were you ever scared?
Oh, every day you were scared. Yeah, there was one night they wanted us out, so they bring up tanks over the mountain coming out of the desert. Saddam, because this was at the end of the war. After we won, he wanted to give us one more scare. But the funniest thing is we had a bunch of Apaches. We were guarding a bunch of Apaches on our base, and they all took off and went north to Turkey. And then, where are these guys coming? Because you could see the lights, just the dirt, the sand kicking up from the tanks coming up over the hill. And all we had was mortars, we had AT-4s, bazookas. And that's all we had. But about 10 minutes later, all you heard was these A1s coming out of nowhere. Sonic boom after sonic boom. These things. That was a scary point. That was the scariest I think it was.
If you're not used to that, that sound, right? Yeah. They tell me. I've never.
Boom, boom, boom. It just came right back at them. Wow. And they just backed right back down. But that was the scariest night I think I had there.
Mark Dunn, how would you sum up your military service to our country?
All right, like I said, I enjoyed it. I wish I stayed in longer, but all my friends were getting out at the same time, everybody I knew. And that's when I got out. I said, they're all leaving. I want to do another 3 years of battalion. And I was like, no. There's they're overmanned. So unless you want to go to Alaska or someplace like that, there's not too many places to go. So it was, like I said, I enjoyed most of it. We went to a lot of different places. I mean, I got to see Italy, Spain, Iraq, Guam, Gulfport, Mississippi, New Orleans. Spent a lot of time down in New Orleans because we were right around the corner. Got to go to 3 Mardi Gras. We had a really good time. A lot of good guys.
I like all of those except for Iraq.
Iraq's the only one we didn't enjoy too much. But it was a good experience. Definitely a good experience.
Well, I want to thank you very much for being on the program today. I want to thank you so much for this wonderful meal, Chicken Fiesta. But most importantly, I want to thank you for your service to our great country, Mark.
All right. Well, thanks for having me, Wayne.
It was wonderful. We really enjoyed this, and we look forward to having you back on the program again.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
For Mark Dunn, I'm Wayne Soares. God bless all of our United States veterans. Make it a great day.